Hello people, and today I'm going to be talking about why I use Linux. So, one of the reasons is of course customization. I mean, it's quite a big reason. I can literally do whatever I want. Like, I can go like, oh, do I want a dock? Oh, let's give the dock. Yes, look at the dock. I got a dock, and look at it, it's all fancy. And then I can customize it by going like that, configure, and I can position it wherever I want. Do I want it on the left, for example? Oh, you have to apply first. Oh, there it is. Or do you want to like change the appearance? What do you want, like the setting? What do you want it? Do you want it like a rainbow thing? Do you want parabolic? Do you want, just a panel like that? Boom. Yeah, you've got it. I want that because I want it to be a bit like macOS. And then you can like choose the colour. There's themes here. So you got like this one, or this one, or this one. Oh, that looks really cool. Or this. Just whatever. You've got the options to do whatever. It's amazing. Do you want macOS 10? Yes, I do. Download. Give it. Drag and drop a theme package here. You just do whatever. You grab it, hit apply, and whatever. It's importing the theme, and there you go. Look at that. Oh, look, the spinning icons. Amazing, right? And of course there are more customizations, so I can just like kill CairoDock. As you might have noticed, I've got this widget thing, which as soon as I click over it disappears. I don't understand it. It's a bit broken, but if you ignore it's a bit broken, when it works, it's a nice little widget thing. It's quite basic, but you can get all different things. It doesn't have to look like what I've got. I don't really know what's going on with these letters. It's like supposed to be like icons. Yeah, and it just isn't. But whatever, you can do whatever. I could install some emojis, so I could be like sudo dnf install. I don't know what the package names would be, like Noto emoji font. Something like that is probably what the package is called for the Noto emojis, or whatever they're called. I think probably not, but you can do that. Another thing that you just cannot do really in macOS or Windows is I can just install stuff from the terminal. Of course, instead of going like on 9 billion websites to download all your apps, or I gotta go on the AVS website, or I gotta go on the Firefox website, or I gotta go on the Prism Launchers website. No, it's just all do install Firefox. Just do that. It's already pre-installed, so I don't actually need to do that. Do I want Alacrity for my terminal? Yes. Oh, do I want Rofi? Yes. Boom. It's just simple like that. Easy stuff like that. Just quickly type some magic words in. Now, of course, there is a bit of problem of some of the packages having like different names across platforms, and it does really annoy me. But you could search them up. Although I just wish they had the same package name everywhere. That'd be the best solution. But yeah, so I can just install whatever I want from the terminal. Other thing is, I can just be like NeoFetch. Of course, like NeoFetch is for Windows or macOS. but a lot of time it's just built in, and if not, it's just a simple command to install it, and then you can type NeoFetch, and boom, it works. Amazing. Yeah, also let's just like show off the fact that I can move like these panels. I can add a panel where I can make it like absurdly big, whatever the maximum is. I don't know what the maximum is. It's 216 pixels. I can show hide bands, so you have like little bands, if I can press it, where you collapse it to. It's got a nice little animation, but I'm going to get rid of that customization. I've got desktop icons, you might not want it, go use GNOME or whatever. And of course another thing that I'm going to bring up is the fact you can choose whatever desktop environment you want. Do you want a bloated, I'm trying to think what would annoy people, a bloated thing where if you, with no desktop with no customization, unless you use extensions, but they break like every time the desktop updates. Well, of course, you've got GNOME for that. Do you want a desktop where it's got all the customization with a relatively polished experience? That's KDE Plasma. Boom. Do you just want a desktop that works? Well, you've got LXQT, XFCE, Mate, LXDE, that's like deprecated but whatever, and so on. You've got those, I mean, I use Mate, as you might have noticed, if you're going to, NeoFetch, boom, it says Mate 1.26.1, really nice. And of course there are other things that are good. So of course I've changed all these icons and stuff. This isn't like how Mate looked out of the box. I mean, I've got a nice little widget up here basically telling what's playing, and with media buttons, these little things. That one's CPU usage, that's RAM usage. I've got some pair of X-size, because why not? Why not have some X-size? Got a thing indicating my microphone's being used. Volume control, I rarely use that. I use the volume keys on the keyboard like that. Got this, I haven't bothered to uninstall it, that's just my laziness. OBS, of course, on board, on screen keyboard, because basically there are some keys on the keyboards, on this keyboard, that refuse to work. I thought it was a software issue, but it still seems to be a hardware issue. Basically I have problems pressing D, so I've got to either like sort of hold it down here or eventually spam D's, or I'll just use this on screen keyboard. That's basically what. Also, like the backspace key doesn't work, so I usually do select it and use delete. But yeah, and same with the square bracket, I have to use this keyboard start here. But yeah, on board is what I use for the keyboard when I need it. Very nice customization, and of course you get some apps that just sort of don't exist on like Windows and Mac OS, such as Kadra, which is a fork of Nautilus, and it's basically just a file manager. Okay, that's all you really need to know, and it works quite well. It does the job. You've got, and of course it's a lot faster than Windows or Mac OS, because you can just sort of customize what you want installed, what you don't. No need to do some sort of weird script thing just to get rid of a web browser that's pre-installed. Cough cough, Microsoft Edge on Windows. It just works. Well, sometimes it's a bit unstable, some stuff, but Usually uninstalling Firefox would probably be fine, or uninstalling NetSurf or whether web browser, your home favourite crypto browser, your spyware browsers times God knows, and whatever. And of course, another thing that I do quite like about Linux is I get like the autocomplete. You know, you see that in the terminal I've typed N, and it thinks I will type Neofetch. So if I just do that, like press the arrow key, completes it for me. Boom, Neofetch again. Amazing! And that's all done by the fish shell, which I've set as my default shell. And yeah, it's quite fun, Linux, configuring stuff. Like, of course there's some stuff I just don't want to configure, but like configuring, I will use fish as my default shell, or maybe I'd want to use CairoDoc. I don't actually use CairoDoc, it's just installed because I was testing it out if I killed it already. But yeah, it's that's gonna be it for today. Goodbye.